Sista Free Freedom Foods Co-op Market in Pittsburgh in the community of Homewood. So Freedom Foods got started about 7 years ago now. The community, actually the city was doing a community plan. And I was a part of the cohorts that were working in that plan, and so was Sister Rockweed, who is the executive director and founder of Bugs Pittsburgh. That's a cooperative of local urban farms. And I used to be the farm manager for Bugs. So I have a commercial site in the middle of Homewood. And I was thinking of doing a cooperative market that would include 4 to 5 businesses modeling a market that was in our downtown Pittsburgh. And so I was discussing this, and then the community said, we want to do a grocery store. And I said, okay, I have the space, let's get it done. And we've been working at it ever since. 3 years ago, I was introduced to the Alliance. It's been a blessing. It's been such a blessing. And I just have to say it on camera and publicly that the Alliance has been a pathway to my new purpose that I call the Freedom. So Freedom was my late husband, and food, clothing, shelter is what House of Manna did. And so the community came to me and asked if we could name the market after my husband. And so that's where the name came from. And our story's unique in a way because I have the site. I have the space. A lot of cooperatives that are starting up have members and don't have the space. So I'm at the point now where leadership was passed to me from Sister Rockweed as she enjoys her sabbatical and revisions her next steps, and I was honored that she passed the torch. So now we're organizing and we are doing our 5th community meeting. So I'm excited about that and excited to learn here how to do that better.
Okay, so y'all are still kind of seeking comments and input.
Yes. The community is excited because Homewood hasn't had a grocery store in 40 years. Close to 45 maybe. And as a child, I remember going to Homewood. I lived on the other side. I lived on the west side growing up. And there was a market there that if you were black, you went there. And that brings me to the thought of the market study done by the Alliance, creating a market study that is for us, by us, and reflects us. A lot of times people try to get funding for a cooperative market and they use market studies that it's almost like an SAT test. So the Alliance has done a great job with Sister Angela being the facilitator and leading that effort. So I'm glad that Freedom Foods will be able to use that market study and hope to lobby to have corporations and to use it as well. So I was blessed after 7 years without funding, I was determined to keep going. During COVID, I was essential, so I was the only person open doing free farmers market, food boxes, hot food. We partnered with restaurants, one in particular, 412 Food Rescue, which goes to restaurants and gets their food that they want to give away, our local grocery store, etc. So I've been doing food, I've been doing out of that space. So I've gotten finally funding to build it out. So I'm excited to say that this year, actually in the next 6 weeks, we'll be doing the press release and the ribbon cutting for new Freedom Foods in Freedom Square. And we'll start off small. I figure if we have the space, let's use it. We're doing the CSAs, whatever. All the stuff we've been doing will help us, I believe. And of course, I'll learn more. But I think that's an organic outreach. to let people know this is the type of food, good, healthy, organic, non-toxic, non-GMO food. Homewood, the Hill District, and Hazelwood, and parts of the north side too, south side, but Homewood and the Hill are known to be Black, concentrated communities that we continuously fight against gentrification, just like across the country. And we'll continue that fight. I know a lot of people, I don't like to talk politics, but I will say we're not going back in that. And I'll just leave it there. We're headed that way. So at this point, because of the change in the leadership, I've just been doing the community outreach, just educating, because a lot of people don't know what a cooperative is, and they say, well, why we have Giant Eagle, and I'm like, but that's not owned by us. And I like to start the conversation off that way, because people are comfortable with what they know and see on television still. And so we've been using these first meetings for advocacy and education and outreach, and creating the advisory board, where we have some people, but we want it to be representative of the whole community. And so we're working on that and creating a subcircle for membership and outreach is next. Anything you do in the community, you have to build trust, because a lot of harm has been done with promises being made, people coming in the community for a short time and not creating anything sustainable or for them or allowing them to be involved. So creating that trust and relationship has been, there's been some tension. So, we go in with these grand ideas and agendas, bullet points, but we have to do the emotional work, the relationship building. And I think that's really where we are, to be honest. Building relationship, building trust. And for me, I believe that people should be involved at every single level. And so however long that takes. It's from the people who are struggling with for different reasons. I want them to be a part of it. While they might not want to be a member, but they still want to hang around and clean up.
Right.
And they have a place and a purpose as well. So I want to make sure we keep that culture. Well, I prayerfully would love to be seen as an elder that could share wisdom and the essence of Ubuntu, Sankofa, Ujima, and Ujima. All encompass. 20 years from now, I hope to be just shopping at the co-op, seeing young folks carrying it on, and planning. The legacy is there, especially in Homewood in our community. I think that's something that's unspoken, but we take serious, is paying homage to our ancestors, continuing on a legacy. The name itself is freedom. And what do I think we should do to keep it resilient and sustainable for 200 years? Is instill the importance of self-determination and the importance of the impact of your being, and spread, like for me, I want everyone to know that. Like, I think that's my purpose, to get that story out that you have been born, created for those that are coming behind you, to be the legacy, of those that were before you. And that's the story I want to tell. And if people know that, and we make that just as important as Christmas, I don't think there will be much work to do. So having the Receipts Collection app is very important to Freedom Foods, just for having the affirmation, and it's confirming, and it helps to build capacity. As far as tech for me, it's really going to help. And when you're going for funding, you need the numbers, and it's our numbers representing us, and I'm excited, and I think that's going to strengthen having a market study outside of the decade-long market study that's being used. So yes, I think it's vital, and for us, it will help us get to the next level as far as reassuring people that this is a real thing, that people do shop that look like us, and this is what they buy, and this is what they need, and this is our voice. So I'm excited about it. Flowers to Baba Malik and Sister Angela and all those folks with the Alliance, Dr. Jazz, all the staff. I've been in a lot of groups, and these last 3 years with the Alliance have been eye-opening, heart-healing, spiritually awakening, and has given me the path to my purpose. Because when I lost my husband, 18 years being married, co-founding 2 nonprofits, doing ministry, homeschooling, we did everything together. And I'm not complaining about that. But when I lost my husband, I had to find myself. And so I'm just giving the Alliance the flowers for being who we all studied, who we all wanted to be, who we all say we want to be, who we all read about. The Alliance embodies all of it. And I'm just grateful. And that's it.